I'm Ryan Milton from Team Flex. Today we're going to be diving into Bikini at an NPC level. We're going to do a little bit of class review, look at all the open classes from a Bikini NPC event here, and we're going to talk about those class winners, talk about the criteria, talk about placings in general, why they landed the way they did, and what that means for you as a bikini competitor out here 2025, trying to do your best on stage at a time. It seems criteria is absolutely in shift, in flux, and changing. And that's what I do 24/7 on this channel. Give you more tools, more tips, more strategies, ideas to be your best competitor. So if you like that, subscribe, hang out. Also, if you're looking at the screen, you say, what the heck is this free trial? I do sometimes forget to talk about it, but I do have a free 7-day coaching trial where you can train with me free for 7 days. You get into my online platform. It's simple. You just hit the link in the description, or you go to teamfflex.com, pull up your phone, do it right now. 7-day trial, put your email in. You get instant invite to my online training platform. You get to train with me free for 7 days. I can, give you feedback on your physique, give you feedback on what division is best for you. I can show you exact training sessions built for you by me that you should be doing to consider your goals and what you want to accomplish. And honestly, it is a just 100 times better experience than you get on my YouTube. I get all these comments from how many people, they love the YouTube, they're getting so much out of it, they're applying this to their prep, doing that. Well, you want 100 times better experience? Free trial, free trial, free trial. Do it now. All right, go over there, do it. I'll see you on the other side. Let's get into it. So what we got here is Bikini from the NPC Warrior Classic. Okay, so Bikini division right now, as I've stated with the introduction of Fit Model, it is my perspective, my opinion, my idea that it has kind of pulled down the criteria of Bikini as well in some ways, and that seems to be exemplified across the board. This is Class B, and there's only 3 open classes at the event, overall smaller event. There's only 2 competitors in this class. We're still going to look at it. We're still going to talk about it. We're still going to go over criteria because all you Bikini athletes out there, I know you need to know what's going on. So Bikini, as we know, the hourglass division. So it's all about creating a narrow waist structure, bringing in some development in the shoulders, and then having that lower body glute, quads, and hamstrings all match that shape to create our perfect hourglass look. Granted, I can't seem to draw to save my life today, but that's all right. Hourglass shape, you'll see it with every competitor in the lineup because they are all Bikini competitors. Now, let's talk about some clear differences between these two here. Basically, Lillian, our class winner here, she's got that good shoulder shape, that good structure overall to those delts. It does bring that through considerably more than you would see in Fit Model division. So if you're wondering like, oh, is this for me? If you want bigger shoulders, Bikini is your place. A midsection, very on point with this division, very narrow waist, has the right abdominal structure, flat stomach, everything is there. It's showcasing well for her. Slam dunk look overall. Glutes do match. I mean, she might need a little bit more of that upper glute shape, everything with that. But overall, she still pulls it together, pulls it through, matches with the quads, the hamstrings, all that in good symmetry. You'll notice how no muscle groups are very blatantly out of size. Like they're not huge quads, no huge glutes, none of that, right? If you had that, it would be no go, but here, not the case. Looking over here at Belle now. So Belle, she is in this, class taking second at this point, but it's also last in this group. So important to note that for criteria speaks. So for her, good overall shoulder shape, tapers into the waist well, a little bit of a different pose, probably needs a little bit of posing work, I would say. That's something that we see commonly. Remember to always be working, your poses best to what's going to be fitting on stage for you. Overall glute shape and hamstrings, quads, everything does match here. She is a little bit softer in condition, right? So that may be the main factor here. We're really going to have to get on to the back pose to see the full story. So here's our back pose for both of our competitors in Class Open B. And what we can see here is Lillian definitely has the shoulder shape from the back, tapers into the waist, everything is there. Glutes are full and show the tie-in, basically what you want to see for this division. So the upper glute density is there, overall glute density is there. This slight separation right here between glute hamstring tie-in, what you want to see in this division, and her quads and her hamstrings do all match, tie in well together. That balance, that symmetry wins her this class pretty, outright, as we could say. Looking at Belle, overall good shape, good structure, very on par physique for what you're going to see at Bikini Regional. The competitions in your town are going to look like this in a lot of ways. Good overall glute shape. structure here. Not as much of that tie-in, but just a little bit of a, and then, you know, she does seem to match in symmetry really for her, you know, maybe a little bit softer than she should be. So tying that in with a little bit tighter condition would put her up in this class probably. Now let's roll to class B here. This contains our overall winner here, Kaylee, and then we have over here Pam taking second in this group. So, you know, very clear representation. By the way, I'm going to do a video if you are interested. It's probably not posted yet. Maybe it posted before this and that would be silly, but I'm going to do a video of comparing the overall winner bikini right here to the overall winner of fit model and really break down for you step by step the differences. So if you're like, I still am on the fence, I don't understand what's best for me. Well, one, go do my trial, as I said. And then two, check out that other video because it's going to be great. We got Kaylee, we got Pam. So Kaylee wins the overall. So she has the most shoulder roundness and fullness out of the whole group of this show for sure. And I think that's important to note. She also does have a little bit of this lat sweep going on. So the lat advantage in bikini, not something we typically look at, but it can really create you a dramatic tapered look, a quick sweep into the waist, which judges see and they like. And, you know, that is one of those things where if you have that, you'll do better in bikini for sure, just in general. Looking lower body wise, very symmetrical, very on point. You know, her glute structure is all there, upper glute on point, overall glute, and a good balance between the lower body, quads, glutes, hamstrings, everything. So she's pretty much the most, you know, shape on her physique, as well as being right on condition, soft lines in the quads and in the glutes and in the shoulders, some in the abs here too, a little bit shadowy, but we know it's there. And, you know, overall the best symmetry. So that's what's winning this class, wins the overall, wins the whole show for those reasons. Looking over here at Pam, again, one that has a little bit more density in the shoulders. So if you're looking at, you know, bikini and you're wondering, okay, fit model does not have nothing near these shoulders, nowhere near any of these shoulders. You got to really pay attention to that. Tapers into the waist well, everything is here, lower body wise, good glute shape, maybe needs a little bit more of that upper glute fullness, very key. Judges look for that. They're always kind of hammering that. So if you want to be a bikini competitor, upper glute, upper glute, upper glute, upper glute, okay? Say it till you can't think no more. Her quads and her hamstrings do kind of look a little bit like they could maybe add a little bit more fullness, a little more muscle there, and I think that would be an advantage for her as well in future lineups. But let's look from the back. We always see the full story. Kaylee, you know, full look, everything's here, shoulder development, all showing from the back just a little bit. Good taper into the waist overall, and upper glute very full, very rounded. Shows that slight separation between the glute hamstring tie-in. Very symmetrical look from the hamstrings and from the quads from the back here. Overall, just ties it together perfectly. Conditioning seems to be very on par. If we look at her next to the other class winner there, you know, this is a very similar look, but she's just got a tad bit more development and a tad tighter, and that, again, is what really seals the deal. Looking over at Pam here, good shoulder shape, everything's here, tapers in well. Lower body wise, not as much upper glute development, not as much overall glute fullness, and you know, it does even maybe appear that one side could be a tad more developed than the other. Sometimes it's just an angle, but this is a factor. This is something that you know, a lot of competitors do have, and something you'll want to train to correct if you do have that. So whether or not she does, I can't say for sure, but that's something you want to note. If you are a competitor out there, you want to be up, down, left, right, symmetrical, okay? Let's look now at our final class from this event for bikini here, Class D, the open. And we have Abigail winning this class. We have Cassandra over here taking second place. And then we have over here Danielle, okay? So this is Danielle in third. What we have here, again, a lot of similarities. You'll see that very clearly all the class winners of this event have, you know, good shoulder structure, great taper into the waist. For her, good glute shape overall, good quads, hamstrings, everything matches, ties in. Her conditioning's really nailed there. Overall, very good, you know, from the front here. Hard to say that anything much could be much better. That's about what you would want to see, and thus she wins the class, right? Doesn't win the overall, but we'll probably see why when we get to the back in just a second. Cassandra over here, shoulder shape, everything's here, not as much muscle, a bit softer in the midsection as you can see here. Good taper into the waist though overall. Posing tweaks here yet again, probably a good idea, you know, for her, something you want to pay attention to. You don't really get as much glute in her front pose here or into the hamstrings and the quads, and that can be a factor. Probably just needs more muscle and is a little bit softer though. Opposite look here coming from Danielle. So Danielle has, you know, the shoulder shape, everything tapers in here, muscle overall, but she's very lean. So this is a very lean look, you know, leaner than the bikini criteria will want to go for sure. So that's probably why she's placing third here, which in this group is last in this class. Let's take a look from the back though, get the full story. As we can see, Abigail still clearly exemplifies the most muscle on this stage, you know, this class, I should say. In other words, is she has a good taper in. Overall upper glute is there, glute tie-in. All three of the class winners are very close physiques in a lot of ways, right? As we can see with the tie-ins and the symmetry and everything there. Biggest difference over to Cassandra here is going to be, you know, the shoulders are a little bit not showing as much, a little bit more not as tight in the midsection there, and then lower body just needs more muscle, you know, so overall for her just a little bit more development and to bring in conditioning just a bit more. And same thing I said for Danielle, you know, she's just very lean, she has good muscle structure, needs to add a little bit more, honestly softening up would be an advantage to her there to bring through her best look likely. So as we can see, all the class winners in this group have the most hourglass shape out of anyone else in the lineup. So if you want to be a bikini competitor and you want to do best at your competition, you're thinking of bringing the best shoulder shape through that you can, the best overall muscle that you can, the best you know, symmetry that you can, and then just bringing that perfect conditioning right at the end to bring it all together. And that's where bikini's going right now. This is not an extreme look. This is not a very dominant, you know, upper body, super shoulder, super lean look that we have seen before. This is the time for bikini to kind of return to its roots in a lot of ways, and I'm very excited for it. I do like seeing it. If you want more bikini, go ahead and comment, let me know, and I'll get some more videos done on that. All right, thank you for watching. Coach Ryan is out.